Yeah, it's all good.
But yeah, 102, the last one, but in this apartment.
Yes, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
All 101 before these have been right here with me, with my back to the wall. We had to hang up, a blanket so I didn't sound boxy, as Phil called it.
Relaxing.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
So many feelings.
It's a good
I'm
house. It's a good apartment. Ready to be done with it. It's nice to be able to actually, especially in the summer, have the entire space cooled in some way without having to turn off the AC that's like right next to me.
And louder than hell.
Yeah. Anyway,
welcome back to the 7 Star of the Right podcast. This is 102. We've got a special friend here.
yes.
A very special not guest. Well,
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Peter.
Who are you?
Hi, everyone. I'm Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Peter is our fan.
Yes. Has been promoted
Yes.
to the table.
Has been with us since basically like day one. I feel like as soon as we started doing this, you started listening.
Yeah.
So you know everything that's happened, right?
Yeah, I remember every detail. All 101, including the unreleased episodes.
Yes,
I
of
know
course.
everything that's happening. Yep.
Definitely, for sure.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. So obviously, like we love David. We wish him the best.
R.I.P.
We killed
Rip.
him.
Yeah,
he rest
we
in
killed
peace.
him. Made him
Killed
may he
him.
rest in peace. But I personally think that the minimum number of PCs you can have at a table is 3 in order for it to work out, like in a campaign setting.
Sure.
I did see that one-on-one Matt Mercer and Stephen Colbert
Oh, I don't think I've
RPG,
seen
which
that. That
was
seems
just
fun.
delightful.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
But I don't know if you could really
do that.
I think actually I've heard of podcasts that are just 2 people with one player character and then the DM. But that's not how I play.
Yeah, it's doable, but it's nice to have a little more diversity in the people.
Anyway, Peter is here.
Yeah.
His character will show up eventually.
Eventually.
I'm hoping this episode.
Go on,
I feel real
God.
bad putting you all the way
Jeff,
here.
come
That's
on.
not optional.
Come on, that is not optional.
I mean,
We just spent 20 minutes shopping for knives for this man. He's got to show up.
It is a fan's dream to be at a live recording, so join the Patreon.
We don't have a Patreon.
Our definitely real Patreon.
We don't even have a Discord.
No, we don't have anything other than an email account,
No.
which I do follow. And if you send me a message, it will be me responding. But it is always nice to hear from people. But I don't have the power within me to actually try and market this
That's
nonsense that we're doing right now,
That's right.
or try and cultivate any form of community. Sorry, folks.
Make your own community.
Hey,
Because we don't hang out outside
Yeah.
of this.
That's right.
No,
that's
yeah.
nothing to say that there couldn't be a fan-driven Discord if you really wanted. I'm not sure why. But
I don't know who you all are talking to.
Yeah. Noelle,
Peter's
if you
at
wanna
the table. Peter's at the table. No one is listening anymore.
Yeah.
So this is
Screaming into the void.
There's going to be some things that are new to you, Peter. We'll try and keep you up
Sounds
on
good.
anything that is weird, because it might be an opportunity to also remind the listeners at home what has been happening. But I always like to go back and say, what do you guys remember from session 101?
Yeah.
Not that one in particular, the session before, which was 101 in this case.
Yeah. So Alex was dead. We spent most of our time dealing with that.
Yes.
We did a nice little cremation ceremony, all of that. And then we had to scatter to the 4 winds because Sky, who is Micah's sister, escaped from our custody and knows where that hideout is. So now we have to go, and we were on the run. And so we split off from Devas's crew. Absolutely heartbroken about that. So sad.
They're such a lovely group of people.
They are.
They also took Elijah West with them.
Good.
And also, I think, did this come up in 101 that Devas is the nephew of Vaughn McRaven?
I think that was
Or was that
100. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we just confirmed that
Yes.
Killian was the name of
Yeah.
Devas's mom and Vaughn's sister, because that's important, surely. What else? Yeah, we split off from them. We processed grief. We don't really know where Sky has gone to, since it seems sort of unlikely she might have gone back to the Inquisitors, since they know that she's related to me, so kind of suspect all of that. But we're playing it safe and fleeing the hideout anyways. Yeah, and I think Vaughn had potentially said that we have a mission to gather some more information ahead of the Chancellorship, and that's roughly, I think, where we left off.
We're gathering press passes. I keep thinking it's information too, but it's not.
I think there was a mention of perhaps scouting out
are we doing
the
scouting
coronation. Too? I think the primary thing that he asked you guys to come on with is like, yeah, gotta get right back up on that horse, let's just keep going.
I hate you. I hate this man.
Yeah,
we're very angry at him right now. His team's
Vaughn?
not doing great.
Oh, yeah. That's very
because
fair.
that's another thing that we learned is that Freya is the one who accidentally let Sky out. Sky tricked her and bonked her over the head and escaped. And that's why Alex is dead. So we're not on the best of terms with her right now. Micah yelled at her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freya's sleeping on the couch.
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't even have a couch.
Sleeping on that rock in the common area that we call the couch.
We give you the uncomfy rock.
Yeah. The place where you guys are right now is, I think I described it as a 2-room kind of hideout, primarily like a meeting room, not necessarily a meeting place, not necessarily one that houses a bunch of folks. And I think you all were in the meeting room eating once more when I think there was a bit of a psychic discussion that happened between Nona and Claire.
That's right.
She was very much deer in headlights, very like
blue screen of death. She was blue screen of death thing.
Yeah. Catatonic.
Yeah.
And I think that there was a good conversation that you two had where you were like, you got to feel those feelings, babe.
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
Exactly like that. Yeah. And then she did that. And then she gave a prophecy in front of freaking everyone.
And everyone heard
so
it.
That's where we are.
And everyone is all of Micah's group: Vaughn, Isis, Kynon, Freya, Zuri, and then additionally, Dorian Gray.
The best.
But not Devas.
Not Devas.
Not Devas.
Go to heck.
Go straight to heck.
Are we not allowed to swear?
What do you think? You listen to it. Do we never swear?
I don't actually remember.
We swear all the fucking time.
Language. Swear jar.
Swear jar. We're gonna get demonetized.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, my zero money.
How are we going to grow the
into
brand?
zero money.
We're actually losing money on this. Aren't we?
Yeah.
Of course.
Because you're paying to like host it on things.
Yeah. $100 a year or something like that. Which,
My goodness.
it's really not that big of a deal. And I like the idea of, having these recordings in the long term.
Yeah.
And it gives Philip more excuse to buy, audio equipment. So he's happy with that.
Anyway, shall we continue this money pit of an adventure?
Yes,
Now
exactly.
that we know the stakes.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything else major that I remember. It was a lot of sadness and figuring out what the hell is going on. But yes, there was a talk between, I think you guys also went, I think Micah in particular went to Vaughn and was like, okay, we're going to go kill Sky now.
Yeah.
Vaughn talked you
Yeah.
guys down a little bit from that.
Definitely having, some hard times last episode, looking for some direction from Vaughn, which is kind of being provided to us. This is a healthy coping mechanism.
But let's just get into it then. And we wrap up with the prophecy. Do you guys actually, I guess I could bring up the prophecy real quick and just talk through, just to remind people. It's not a hugely important one, as I think most people understand.
Hey, this is not important.
Okay, well then I'll read through it then.
It just means it's probably not telling us a lot about what's about to happen in the
That's
future.
right. It's about the past.
Yeah.
More of a retrospective than a prophecy.
So
Some might say.
this again was said to everyone in their heads in the room. A haggard drifter finds refuge from the storm, one that has followed him his whole life, in a house built by strangers but eventual friends. The effects of the storm lingered, and the drifter was not able to escape his fate, making one last journey from this world to the next. But he did so at peace, warmed by a fire he had never known before, and wrapped in a quilt of good deeds he had done. Goodbye, friendly drifter. May you finally be able to sleep peacefully. And Claire, upon giving that prophecy, the light, not the light of her life leaving her eyes, but the light that is literally causing her eyes to be headlights, slowly fades. The color starts to come back into the room around her, and you see that she's starting to go limp.
Yeah,
Nona,
catch her.
I assume you catch her.
Yep. That's how we ended last episode. So if I don't do that, we're going to have a continuity error problem. The entire
You go
universe implodes. Yeah.
And so we find ourselves there. Are you guys going to do anything, or are you just going to kind of look around?
I'm not good at lying. I
I'm
think we
great
should
at
lie.
lying, yeah.
I think we should lie. I mean, I can, threaten to kill people, I suppose.
Ooh, what was in that soup?
Strong start.
Vaughn's the first one to speak up and says, all right, that's a new one for me. He's gonna make a roll. Yeah. Micah,
Yeah.
what the hell was that?
Oh, I just as surprised as you. Okay, look. Could we maybe talk about this over there? Would that be? Come on, you. Vaughn.
Everyone else, and he looks around at the room and says, everyone else heard that, right? And there are just a chorus of nods.
Well, I'm looking over at Nona I'm not a good liar either. So
And Claire is currently asleep.
Unconscious. And you can't help us because you're unconscious.
yeah, I mean, hold on, just sidebar for a second. They know that Claire is a psychic, right?
They know that Claire's a psychic.
Yeah.
They've seen her do telepathy stuff.
Yeah. So
This is
that's why
this is telepath combined, and then also
With
precog stuff.
So
yeah, and the glowing eyes is different. So I'm gonna say okay.
Yeah, so what it actually about this situation is weird for psychics. That's maybe a good place to start.
Yeah.
this form,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Granted, this could theoretically, just be, someone who is both a precog as well as a telepath. But generally, this mechanism is not necessarily one that happens.
Oh yeah, I think I've got something. I'm gonna go. Oh, that's right. You weren't there when we rescued you because you were.
I was there, but I
your
wasn't.
head was in a sack. She does that sometimes. That's how she uses her powers. I think most of the others have already seen this. No.
And Isis does kind of come up and say, yeah, we were not necessarily going to bring too much attention to it, but we did see some things on the boat that were surprising.
Yeah. So I mean, she's a psychic. She's got, some precog, some telepathy. We don't know all about all of that, but this is just kind of how she does her psychic stuff.
Yeah, you're going to need me to make a charisma talk check.
I'm going to need you to make that.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to make
You're
that.
going to
There
need
you
me to
go.
make that.
There you go.
I don't understand why.
What is?
Because you are lying through your teeth right
Yes,
now.
Right.
obviously I was
100%.
lying terribly.
You're trying to beat an 8.
Charisma talk.
Haha.
With a -1, I got a 9.
Vaughn looks at you through squinted eyes and says, all right, she does this a lot?
Not a lot.
It happens sometimes, not a lot.
Poor kid. All right. Maybe we should get her to
What's Dorian Gray's deal through all of this? Because Dorian Gray's read the comics.
Yeah, can
completely
we get
silent. Just watching
Yeah.
this whole thing play out. And
Is she
you do
wearing her-
notice,
I'm sorry.
I mean, she is still wearing the mask.
Yeah.
But you see things in her eyes regardless.
She does look your way, Nona.
Yeah. I look straight back at her we both know what this is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. No lies between me and Batman.
Dorian Gray speaks up and says, "It looks like the kids had a lot taken out of her. Maybe we should just, get her to bed and see if she can sleep this off."
She usually does. It does not appear to have long-lasting effects.
Well, that's good. You got any problem with that, Vaughn? And Vaughn just kind of goes, I guess not, but just, she has control over this to some extent, right? Like, this isn't something that's just going to happen in the middle of
Usually
a
happens
firefight.
at the end of episodes, I've found.
Episodes? Where am I?
Oh, God. You see yourself at a table of dice scattered around. No, just kidding.
I mean, it's not something to worry about. It doesn't happen like very often.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go back to my soup then. And Dorian Gray will actually get up and offer to help you take her to the sleeping areas. That it is a communal sleeping area. You guys don't each have like your own little nook, but you do have bedrolls for each of you.
Yeah, so we carry Claire away. Claire apparently does not get soup tonight for her.
I'll put some extra soup aside.
That's right. Yeah, so as soon as are we out of earshot of the others?
Yeah. Make a wisdom notice check for me.
Oh, no.
That thing that Alex was good at.
Could we
No.
do some kind of sneak?
That is like a 5.
Okay. As far as you can tell, the conversation has picked up again in the other room. It was quiet until you kind of left, but there's more of a tenseness to the conversations that's happening there, but you can't really make out anything. It seems like you might not be overheard, but you wouldn't necessarily know without like looking at everyone and be like, what's happening? Are you guys listening in on what's happening right now?
Could we try to like whisper and roll for sneak?
Yeah, that was my intention.
Yeah, I mean, you can whisper and, well, if someone is overhearing, I'll make you try and roll for sneak. You know what? Just roll for sneak.
That's exactly
Someone
right.
might be trying to
That's
overhear.
exactly right. Dex sneak, charisma sneak.
Because you're not trying to slip it in. You're just speaking under your breath. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, like you're not trying to like.
I got a 9.
It's fine.
I got a 7, which is better than 6.
So Dorian Gray says, so.
Yes.
Yeah. I kind of panicked back there, but I think we should tell Vaughn.
Okay. Is he going to tell Devas, his nephew?
I don't think so. Like, it seemed there that.
Guys, I understand that there's a lot to, figure out. Here we are. I'm just going to, for my own, interest.
Yeah.
And she points down at Claire, the Oracle. Is that we're on the same page here?
Yeah.
Okay.
She doesn't like
probably
being called that.
They'll call her that. Yeah.
But yeah. Sorry, we didn't tell you because she wasn't ready yet. She wanted to, but we don't. And generally in our group, we try not to share other people's secrets. Unless it's Tony's.
Huh. And Dorian Gray looks down at Claire and says, I guess I was friends with one of our ancestors, huh? Weird.
Probably.
All right. Well, that's 2 of 6. I guess you were talking about Tony, the other one, so 3 is 6.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, so it definitely makes it all seem more like these comics are something real, maybe other folks out there, but
I think there is a candidate for potential 4th as well.
What do you mean?
Have you ever noticed how Devas uses his telekinetics?
Not especially.
Jeff, correct me if I'm wrong, but Devas has a tendency mostly to push things, very, very heavy things, directly away from him, correct?
You could say that's true.
Yeah, probably. So we haven't necessarily seen him pull any super heavy things directly towards him. But the way you've used your telekinesis before is more of like a general floating nonsense.
I guess that's true. I mean, it didn't really have eyes on him when he did the landslide.
I did. He poked a rock and it went shooting.
Like faster than I normally move stuff.
I think so.
Yes, very much faster.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like it was
Okay.
shot out of a cannon.
That's definitely.
And you remember
Yeah.
when we met him back when we were still referring to him as Moon Person? He threw that giant eye beam at the cars behind us.
Oh, yeah. That was.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I
got
was
2 points. I'm making a line. here,
kind of just
people.
figuring that he was, like a very studied telekinetic, but it's not a bad point. Damn.
Yes.
I mean,
Which I believe means even more of a reason to potentially be wary of him.
yeah, like we didn't have enough of those already.
Fair.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Well, don't
Anyway.
care for that, but okay. I mean, yeah, good call out, good thinking. So maybe we have another one.
I have no idea what to
Yeah.
do with this
I don't know,
information.
it's that these folks that are just out there. I guess we've kind of found ourselves with an unusual number of them, but maybe that's a part of this whole prophecy comic book mumbo jumbo stuff too.
I found myself here, right?
Yeah.
Well, it would be, I mean, I guess it's, been over 600 years, but it would be crazy to know that maybe some of the other ones were in and around Orisiame when the scream happened. Huh. I need to do some reading. I'm going to leave you guys to this. If anything that I've read in the comic books is true, though, she's pretty capable of taking care of herself should things get dicey.
And I think we saw some of that on the ship. It was awesome. Don't get me wrong, but I think for her sake, we'd rather not test that any more than we need to.
And being close to death is generally not a good place to be.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm guessing then that if we do end up deciding to talk to Vaughn about this, we should potentially leave your component out. Am I correct in that assumption?
I'm still very much want to keep these things on the down low.
No,
Makes
totally
sense to me.
understand. And I mean, I think it's only fair to talk to Claire first, but I do feel like I don't feel good about keeping something, this big and now also obvious from him, especially when, it might be an asset to the mission.
An asset when the Oracle gets so stressed they give some kind of prophecy which requires putting Claire in that state.
No.
Or
I'm not saying we should do that. I don't think that Vaughn would do that on purpose. I'm just saying, knowing everything that we've got at our disposal, it's for the one who's kind of leading this, that could be a good thing to have. That's all I'm saying.
I'll leave you all to it, but I do very much want to keep my part of it out of it as much as possible. As soon as that got out,
I think that's
last
wise.
time,
Yeah, we respect that.
Children of Silence had something to say about it. Anyway, and she kind of nods to each of you and then looks down at Claire for a split second longer than you were expecting. And she leaves, leaving just the three of you.
Listen, I will follow your lead here on this. I do think you're right that we should wait for Claire to wake up and talk to her about it before making any decisions regarding how much of this information we share. I am worried about Vaughn's connections to Devas, and I ask that you keep that in mind.
And I hear that for sure. My read on that is that they're related, but stuff is definitely tense. I don't think Vaughn really. I don't know. I trust Vaughn. I don't think that he would share something this important, especially if we ask him not to.
Okay.
So that's just what I think. And if it helps us with this whole operation, I feel like it, could be something good not to be worried about. But for now, I think we know the drill with her. Get her some water, leave her some soup, make sure that she wakes up all right.
Wear the tinfoil hats to bed.
Yeah.
My head is already made of tinfoil.
Well, it doesn't really help all that much. Now does it, Nona?
Dink, dink.
Anything else to be done this evening? Are you guys intending to engage with anyone else on this topic? Otherwise, folks will slowly start to get ready to wrap up, Vaughn has coordinated with you guys and says we're heading to Principa in the morning to meet with my contact. All
Cool.
right?
Yeah, sounds
Do
good.
it.
We're getting close, Peter.
We're getting there.
Oh, I'm taking notes. Don't worry. I'm doing something.
So we sleep.
Yep,
for
you
the night?
sleep.
Woohoo!
So you get that
Systems.
healing
Yay.
in. You can't do anything.
-1 system.
It's fine.
strength.
You don't need sleep.
Yeah, but I have to pretend because we have a communal bedroom and I am hiding the fact that I'm a robot.
That's fair. So you just have to like.
I'm just literally there with my eyes closed for 8 hours to the dot.
Oh, you're
And
not.
then as
You're not
soon
like
as-
I can operate on like 4 hours of sleep. I'm fine.
No, humans get
timer.
Oh,
8 hours of sleep.
That's simply how it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make note that you guys went to sleep.
Never like that when he does it. Oh, I'm just gonna write down. You did eat the soup.
You did eat the
Oh.
soup.
You guys went to sleep.
It's the quenchiest.
How much HP do you have? Just wondering.
It's just
How you doing? Yeah.
How are you feeling overall, Micah? Because you like maxed out on system strain again.
It's been
didn't
a
you?
couple of days.
I
We've
did not
been
come
flying
close to
through
maxing
days.
out on system strain, but I did take a lot.
Yeah.
I still had less than half.
Fair. Because
Yeah.
you're a strong girl. Women, I hate that. I hate that I said that.
Excuse
You are a
me.
constitutional.
My
You have a lot of.
Marcus.
Keep going.
Keep
I
going.
want to see where this leads.
You can take poison real good.
Okay, great. Can we wake up and go find
Yeah.
Peter now?
You guys wake up.
All of
Yay!
that is true.
And you notice that Dorian Gray has some other business elsewhere. They dropped to you on the down low. It's because I need to be Jordan Donahue and make some things happen. Can't be in two places at once. I've tried that. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
One just is dead and the other one has to grow their legs again, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Have a good day at work.
So you're heading out with the entirety of Vaughn's gang as
Mm-hmm.
well as the three of yourselves. Claire wakes up and was like, "Did I do the
Yeah, we
thing?"
do a whole like review
Yeah.
of the things. We do want to like, what are her opinions on sharing this information with Vaughn?
Yeah, we can do that.
Mhm.
He's a friend, and it's bad to lie to friends, but it's dangerous information in the wrong hands. And Davis is a sketchy motherfucker.
I taught you so well. So proud
That's
of you.
true.
Did I do it right?
You did great, darling.
That was perfect. No, like I hear that. I like Vaughn is someone that we can trust. And, you know, I mean, I'm worried about keeping stuff from him, but also like everybody was there when it happened last night. Everyone did hear. And I'm a little worried that by not coming clean with him, he's gonna draw other conclusions or like think that we're being shifty. And I just want to keep things above board with him, you know?
Do we need to tell him everything? Can we just say, yes, precog, yes, telepath, sort of in the way you did? This is how we understand the powers to work without delving into the whole.
I mean, that was kind of what I was trying to do, what we sort of did yesterday.
Yeah. Is there
Like-
there any reason to give him more information than
Because
that?
I mean, like you know, and I know the glowy bit that's not really part of the package. I don't know how much anybody actually bought that.
Fair. Are they going to buy the idea that they're super special beings?
I was saying, like, it's the truth. It's what we know. And giving him the story that's true hopefully stops them from like spinning off on other ideas of I don't know, who knows what they think of that if we just kind of leave it to their own devices. But Vaughn can keep the rest of the team under control if anyone is still feeling sort of freaked out.
Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we go.
All right. You guys all get in a couple of boats, not ships, as I've been told by Kirsten. A ship is apparently a very large boat, and I am not a mariner. Anyway, It's important to get words right. Otherwise, it's meaningless. It's all meaningless. Everything. Anyway.
So we're boarding from the port side.
You're boarding on the docks. There are actually no docks here. I think you guys actually just pulled up onto the beach itself.
That's right.
It's not as nice as the other one, or at least that's what I was trying to imply. Anyway, you guys are able to make decent time. You find yourselves approaching Principa. Mikey, you've probably been to Principa a couple of times in your life. You didn't grow up there, but you are familiar with the sights that you see. As you approach closer and closer, you notice that the rivers are once again moving from very wide across, probably on the order of several hundred meters, to getting more and more narrow, to the point where it's almost as if it's like a 4-lane highway with the amount of boats that could go across on either side. And in the distance, you see Principa, which is an assortment of raised plateaus with these snaking rivers in between. Think Venice if Venice was actually, several hundred meters out of the water. So there are these waterways and elevators up and down to get to these waterways. The majority of the city does stand on top of these plateaus as rising skyscrapers. This is the largest city that you have seen on Risiame, and as it is the capital of this entire planet. You guys find yourselves getting closer and closer to the outskirts of the city, eventually bridging that gap, and you moor up against the sides. There are just a ton of people going this way and that, as your docks are, again, hundreds of meters below the actual surface of the city. You see that there are these air bridges that go across to the different plateaus, coming from little holes in the side of the walls of the cavern face to the opposite plateaus, and is a network of bridges back and forth, similar to Jade with the spires, but a little bit more closer together, and the connections between the spires are not as large. Some of them are quite large, but others seem to be just small walkways. You take the elevator up, partially up the side of this cliff face, but not all the way to the top. Micah, as you would be familiar with, the farther down you go into the depths of the city, the more lawless it tends to be. It's a little bit harder to just generally police those areas. You aren't familiar with Principa's politics or organized crime or anything like that, but you would guess from your experience with Simeon cities, you're somewhere on the edge of lawless territory and pretty well policed by the Children of the Silence.
So like similar vibe to Breeze in that way.
Yes, very much so.
Get down underground and there's more sketchy things, less regulated.
Exactly right. It is an Orsimian city after all.
That's just how we do it here.
You gotta dig a tunnel.
Vaughn takes you all through these winding tunnels. The tunnels that you are in are quite large, have been dug out. You see storefronts here and there along the sides of the tunnel, various apartment little cutouts here and there, until you eventually find your way to a more secluded area within this layer of the city. And Vaughn, taking the lead, knocks on the door, and you hear a little shh, as clearly the peephole is being looked at right now. And you hear a couple of locks go, several locks, and eventually you see on the other side of this door, as it is pulled open, a man. Let me describe this man for you. You see a man with a sturdy build, broad and proud shoulders. His close-cropped hair and well-maintained beard give him an air of professionalism, but there's a tension in his dark eyes. A press badge sits on a lanyard around his neck. It reads, Cade Morrow, Principa Post. He says, "Oh, Vaughn, excellent, you're right on time." He goes to shakes Vaughn's hand. They exchange pleasantries, and Cade goes, "Please, come on in."
Now, is this a situation where we have like a lot of guns, or a situation where we should not have brought our guns?
That's reasonable. You are on the outskirts, so there are probably some people here and there open carrying. If you were open carrying farther to the surface, it would likely be more of a problem.
Gotcha.
I would say combat armor would probably be frowned upon.
Fine.
That is one of those things that we talked about when you guys were in Breeze.
That's right.
Just having that stuff out and about makes people like, what do you think you're going to get yourself into? I don't want to be around you.
That's fair.
But I don't think that that's really a problem for Nona.
Nope.
And for the two of us, it's not a problem at all.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
I think for Claire, she wouldn't be able to wear her combat armor.
That's fair.
Can she carry around her Pat Pavis?
Yes. So she has her Force Pavis because that is something that you can easily
Did we
hide.
get her combat armor?
She has combat. I think, I can't remember where you got it from. I think it may have been the Orchid, to be honest.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
that's
you
right.
found like an armory there.
That's right.
That
And I
sounds
think
correct.
Alex and her got some combat armor there. Anyway, you generally want to be, you don't want to be too conspicuous.
Yeah. So probably pistol level things.
Pistol level things, not a rifle strapped to your back or a giant ass anime sword.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. That's fine, I guess.
Well, leave those.
If only
back
you could
in
like
place.
fold it into like a little nice little portable.
See, now that's the sci-fi future I need.
That's right.
I need my anime ass sword to turn into a briefcase so I can carry it around
And make it look like I'm doing business, but the business is
In-
murder.
in polite company.
Okay, I'm done now.
And so Cade leads you into this. It's a sparse apartment. There is a table set in the middle of it that is one of those fold-out tables with fold-out chairs. It's not really a furnished to be lived in. And in the back corner of this apartment, you see a man.
Is it a Peter?
Peter,
Yes.
can you describe this man for us?
Sure.
It's you, by the way.
Yes. So we're about to go on a mission, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Actually, right now, Marcus would know
Dude,
that.
spoilers.
Would know that it's not just yet. There needs to be some things that happen, but it's probably this evening. So whatever that means to you and your character.
mostly just wondering for like what he's going to be wearing.
Mhm.
So he's a man about 40, looks a little older, has like stubble and gray hair, but it's pretty short. He looks it looks almost military the way that it's like maintained, but he's definitely a little scruffier than that. Really wearing like nondescript clothing, like black shirt, jeans, like boots. If people have like keen eyes, they'll notice he has knives strapped to different parts of him. But other than that, he appears unarmed, probably sitting in the corner next to his backpack.
Except for all of the knives.
He's just
completely
laying on
unarmed.
Yeah, sorry.
I got you. I got it.
No guns apparent on him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he like doesn't have any adornments except for like what looks like 2 leather bracers.
And also a shit ton of knives.
Don't worry. Well, the knives are under the clothes. Okay, so you
Okay,
don't know
got
the
it,
knives
got it.
are there.
I probably do not know the knives are there.
And he's got his backpack. Honestly, he probably looks like he's just waiting. He's not doing anything. He's not really fiddling with anything. He's just sitting there looking at everyone coming in and like sizing them up.
Okay, and you're sitting like at this fold-out table that we're at.
Is it in the
but,
corner?
like, in the corner. In the
I was
back.
going to say, I was just having you lean up against the wall.
Oh, I can lean up. He'll lean.
You don't. No. That's a trap. You don't want to do that. That's how we met Tony. And
No,
we
well,
instantly
You know what
hated
happened to
him.
Tony.
No, I think
However you want.
he'd be sitting. If someone, I mean, if the table is like where plans are being laid out, he'll be sitting. He'll sit at the table. If people aren't gathered yet, he'll be sitting like in the back of the room.
And just like physicality wise, how tall is this person? What is their build? Yeah.
Probably. Oh no, I don't know how to describe this without being awkward.
No, it's fine.
I'd say he's around 6 foot, medium build. He's not crazy muscular, but it's obvious that he is outside a lot, moves a lot. The backpack looks heavy, so yeah. But he's not huge.
Would it be fair to say that most people would see this man and be like, he's the muscle?
Yes, yeah. He definitely looks like the muscle. He doesn't look like he's planning anything really. He's kind of just there waiting for people to give him orders.
if this is the one other guy who's in this room, I mean, Mike is just gonna be sizing him up for now, but letting Vaughn take the lead on this whole operation, of course. But yeah, looks like the muscle.
We could fight.
Throw down.
And Cade, who let you all in, says, "Oh yes, over here. That is Marcus. He's going to be the one who is helping us procure these media passes. Just looking great over there, Marcus."
He'll give
Damn,
a little the nod.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Vaughn will say, we'll introduce all of you guys as well. And Cade and Vaughn will sit down at the table and they'll start hashing out some things. You hear a mention of the files. As you guys were prepping, there were pictures taken of you for these press badges.
Mm-hmm.
And so it seems like Vaughn is giving those files over to Cade so that whatever contact that he has with the Ministry of Information can go and create these fake press badges. But that conversation is happening over there between the two of them. You're happy. I don't want to necessarily go through that whole thing. It's two NPCs talking to one another. If there's any information that you guys want to have from overhearing that, that's fine. But the rest of Vaughn's crew will be primarily just hanging out, waiting. And so that time passes. I don't know, Marcus, if you have anything to you size up anyone here or anything like that, or if you guys just wait until the next thing kind of happens.
And we'll go over to the new guy.
Oh no. Oh boy.
There's going to be role playing in this RPG.
What? Not in my RPG.
Is that what we're here for?
Crazy.
Hey, I guess we're gonna be working together on this next thing. Hey, Micah, as you heard, you're Marcus.
Marcus. He'll shake your hand if you offer.
Sure. Yeah. Hey, so
God, they hate each other.
I think it's called sizing each other up.
Friends, you say.
How tall is Micah again?
Micah's like
Short king. Short queen, sorry.
I wanna
sorry.
yeah, that's right. It's like 5'5", 5'6".
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think Marcus is probably going to look at this team.
Team. Okay.
And
People.
Excuse us,
People.
everybody's in their
No.
early 20s.
Except for Claire.
Except for Claire.
And he's going to look very concerned that they look so young. And because you're like, is Micah jacked? Yes, right.
Not physically like very muscular. This is
Okay.
like she does like yoga. She's got endurance, but she's not like beefed up, big shoulders, anything like that.
Okay, he's a little concerned at the moment.
So yeah, I mean, Mike is gonna ask like, hey, so what's your deal?
Do you normally talk this much with other people you work with?
Do you not want to know who you're working with?
He's gonna walk over to Caden and pull Caden over.
It's Cade.
Cade, sorry.
Just Cade, not Cade.
Just Cade.
No worries.
Well, he'll say Caden.
He's oh my God.
Caden,
Yeah. Oh, yes.
does this group have any experience? There's a child here.
And Vaughn will speak up at that. I'm sorry, Marcus, was it? We've been at this for a little bit now. Nona, Claire, and Micah can all very much take care of themselves. All three of them are psychics, as well as the rest of my crew over there. We've got a telekinetic, we've got a teleporter, we've got a precog. We've actually got 2 telekinetics. So, yeah, they blend in because they have to.
Mike is standing up to her full height.
Yes.
Of 5'5". Arms crossed. Is that going to be a problem?
I'd rather have someone else on my back, but whatever.
Okay. I think the feeling's mutual. Great. Awesome.
Nona is not saying shit. Nona has gone completely to like back to episode 1. If somebody says stuff, she will like grunt at things. Level of non-communication, like completely guarded here. Not a plan.
So then who just said that? Was that Davos? Not Davos.
That was Vaughn.
Yeah. So then I guess he'll turn around and be like, okay, like I know what they do. What do you do?
Yeah. Vaughn, do we need this guy? Like, our team's got this handled.
And Cade will speak up and say, we really appreciate everything that the Acolytes of the End are doing right now, but we aren't the Acolytes of the End. We're Orphans of the Orchid. I don't know if you've heard of us. We're working with all of you. We very much appreciate the fight that you are doing, but our primary goals are the Chancellorship being stopped. I appreciate that you have goals beyond that. Marcus here is very much bought in to that as well. I know him. We've talked quite extensively with one another. We know each other. Unfortunately, I don't know you all. I would like to at least have someone that I know on my back. This is not trying to say anything bad about you. It's just giving me a level of comfort.
Fine. Hope you can keep up.
To answer your earlier question, I shoot things and I drive vehicles.
Okay.
I shoot things and I can read people's minds, and if I focus really hard, I can make their brains kind of go fuzzy and make them, drop.
How old are you, kid?
17?
Oh my god.
I'm going to make you make a wisdom notice check to notice it.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I'm going to make you roll dice, Peter.
It's going to be
Okay.
so funny because we're not going to notice anything.
Shocking.
It's going to be an easy one. Don't worry. Just don't roll 2 ones.
No problem.
So you're going to roll 2d6.
Can I steal a d6 off someone? Or just
Yeah.
roll it twice?
You can roll it twice.
Here,
I
you
want the EV6. Thank you.
Yeah, that one.
And so what you're going to do is you're going to add your...
Hold on, that one's cocked. In full fairness, that die is cocked.
Peter, just don't roll 2 ones.
You rolled 2 1. Yeah, that one is cocked. You do re-roll that one.
Don't roll a 1 again.
Okay.
So you add your wisdom modifier and your notice modifier as well. If you haven't taken anything in notice, it's a -1.
I have.
It's all calculated.
My value
on
is
this.
1
For
in the
in the blue one.
yeah.
Yep.
So you just add that.
So it's a plus. So
A mighty 5.
6.
I believe. Oh, 6.
because I have
is
wisdom
that
plus
wisdom
1.
too. Cool.
Yeah.
You notice around Claire's neck is a necklace. You recognize this necklace. It is the spitting image of the necklace that you gave to Kiara years and years ago.
Okay. As soon as he notices that, he's kind of gonna like freeze, and then I think move probably too quickly toward Claire and just say, "Where did you get that?"
Whoa, back up.
Immediately between them. Excuse me, this is our psychic.
Where did she get that?
It was my mom's.
What's your fucking problem?
Kid, what's your mom's name?
Kiara?
He's gonna go outside. He can't handle this right now. He's gonna leave.
Okay.
We're supposed to be relying on this.
The best of the best.
What?
Cade looks a little perturbed by this and says, if you all give me a moment, please. And we'll follow Marcus out there. I don't necessarily need to do an
Yeah, we don't need
RP.
to.
Just like
I can come back in
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
It's not.
Okay.
He does not know what to do right
We're
now.
gonna check on Claire and make sure the strange
Yeah.
man is not freaking her out too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, it's not the only weird thing about him, but it's up there.
I feel like I'm pretty normal.
Gossip about you while you're gone. Season the
Bitch.
gig sucks.
Seems like a freak. I hate him.
Amazing.
No. All right. Yeah. No idea what that was just about.
He seems to like jewelry.
I guess. And wait, could we see the knives or not?
Dude,
Make
like
a
under-
wisdom notice check.
Maybe
for
under
me.
my clothes.
Or Vaporeon dieback.
Excellent. So happy.
Probably not 7.
I don't. Are you trying to hide them? Like, how much are they trying to be hidden right now?
I have 2 in like the side of my shin. So each
Those would
shin
be
has
hard to
one.
see.
Those are hard to see.
Mm.
The other one is going to be like the sheath at the back of the belt, you know?
That one's probably
So
the
it's more
visible
visible,
one.
but if they're
Yeah.
not looking for it, it's not super obvious.
I'm going to say a 7 allows you to see that knife.
Okay. I think he's compensating for something.
It is
Wow.
We're in mourning,
I'm sorry,
damn it.
it's a small advanced weapon you have there.
Oh no. Okay.
We're coming in hard. I can back off.
It's funny.
Amazing.
It's good.
All right, yeah. Vaughn, are things going okay with like the actual plans?
Yeah.
Are we set up?
I understand he doesn't necessarily seem to play nice with strangers, but we need these two. They have the connections within the Ministry of Information, so we can get these press badges. So
Yeah.
just
Okay.
play nice.
I can
That's
play
all
nice.
we have to
I'm
do.
so nice. We can play nice.
Micah, I'm just
Fine.
gonna say it once more.
Fine. Okay.
I'm gonna need you to play nice and just deal with it. All
Okay.
right. We can bitch about him later.
Fine. I'm holding you to that. Fine.
I think then Marcus will come back in and like Caden is probably like behind him, like, okay, all right, oh boy, let's take this again. Marcus is not looking at anyone but Claire, and he knows he can't walk
Yeah.
right up to her, so he's gonna. How tall is she? Is she shorter than him? I assume.
She's actually decently tall. I think she was like 5'7", 5'8", somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
She is taller than Micah,
Okay,
She's taller than Micah,
but
shorter
not as
than
tall
Nona.
as I think Nona.
Yeah.
Nona, I think you're pretty tall.
I'm 5'10",
Yeah,
I think.
she's in between those two.
okay. So
You
he's
make
gonna
a nice little
Yeah, exactly.
step.
Little step.
he's gonna look at Claire, and he's gonna say, "Kid, I need you to read my mind."
Oh, dear.
Oh,
I
is this stranger danger that you've been talking to me about? While she is a telepath, she's also an empathetic person. And
Yeah.
so she can see that you're a little messed up right
yeah.
now.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you're like, where did you get that? And what
Yep.
what is your mom's name?
Yep.
So she does. She does.
Does it work that if I have thoughts at the front of my mind, those are the easiest for her to see?
Yep.
Okay, then yeah, because I was looking at the necklace, I will be having the memory of getting it for Kiara and giving it to her in the same house that Claire recognizes, and like putting it on her and like hugging her, and then we, leave the house and the memory ends there. But as in memories, you remember things associated with the place. Like
Yeah.
as I'm looking around the house, like I'm like, oh, that's mine. This is my stuff. I live here
Yeah.
as well.
And then Claire will just kind of like look at you and say, "You knew my mom?
Knew her very well.
Okay. Hi, I'm Claire. Nice to meet you, Marcus. I don't know how to tell you this, but she passed away a while ago."
Yeah, I saw someone. Children of the Silence seemed to burn down the town. Sorry to tell you that.
Oh, no, that was us.
What do you mean?
Children of Silence attacked my town years ago. Probably about 5 or 6 now. They took me and I went back there with these guys to lay everyone to rest. The real Orsimian way.
I think at that he will look at you guys now because he wasn't paying attention to you
Oh,
before.
yeah, totally.
Mhm.
And so he's gonna ask, like, so it was the Children of the Silence who.
And Claire will just kind of nod at that.
Yeah.
How old are you again?
I'm 17.
Where's your dad?
I never met him. My mom said he died when I was really young. Do you know him?
I think I had to leave 17 years ago. I had to leave that town.
And Claire's gonna be like,
Micah's head is swiveling back.
The drama.
He's gonna like step forward if she.
I think she's just gonna take a hesitant step back.
So reasonable. So when he sees that, he'll stop.
What are you saying?
Kiara wasn't with anyone else at that time. I was with her 17 years ago. I had to leave, but it would have been me
saying you're my dad.
I think it's possible.
Okay. Then she's gonna turn to Cade. Do you have a restroom in here somewhere? And Cade's like, yeah. And he points down the hallway and she says, thank you, as she kind of like takes a backwards glance towards you, Marcus, and then kind of just walks that way. Leaving everyone else in the room being like,
Well, this is awkward.
Yeah, I think
Marcus isn't gonna move. He's just gonna stand there.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna follow Clara and make sure she's okay.
okay. Yeah, we can do that. Because I think there might just be awkward silence in the other room. And Claire is going to be, she's sitting down on the closed toilet, just kind of like staring forward when you like knock on the door, and she says, come in.
I do. Hi.
Hey, Nona. How's it hanging?
I look around for something hanging.
Claire's not going to engage with that. She's very much like staring into the middle distance right now.
So I take it this is pretty big news.
Yeah, a little bit.
Did the stuff you saw in his mind line up with his story?
Either he's very good at fabricating memories, or he saw the inside of my mom and my house. Like where everything was. Not everything. There was a new drying rack for the dishes. I think some of the towels had been changed out. But no, it was...
Oh, no.
It was pretty much that kitchen.
I see. Does this change things?
And she looks up at you and says, maybe? I've never seen the man before in my life. Like you, Micah, and she goes to say one more and kind of catches herself at that and says, Alex, have been in my life more than he certainly has. So, okay. No, yeah, and she kind of like pats herself a little bit and says, yeah, no, I think I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm good. I have a lot of questions.
Yes, well, as we have learned, family matters are quite complicated.
Yeah, sisters killing sisters, cousins trying to kill entire planets, and now dead dads coming back to life when, another friend just died. It's
There's a lot of things.
a lot of things. A lot of things.
Well, for what it's worth, I don't think you have to do anything here that you don't want to,
Right. Whatever happens, I have a say.
Yes.
All right.
And we will back you on that.
Okay. Is my dad a dick?
The most important follow-up question.
I'm not actually sure. I think some of his criticisms of our team may be valid. You are in fact a minor, and we are bringing you into a war zone. But also, maybe he did not need to say it in that way. I'm uncertain. I don't think he and Micah are going to get along. I will say that much.
Well, okay.
Can we cut back to the conversation?
Yes!
What are you going to do?
Smash cut to the other room.
They're silently just staring at each other. Micah's gotten a box to put herself in.
Eye level.
I'm going to be looking at Marcus. So, are you serious about all this? Like,
You think I would joke about this?
I guess not as far as I know you so far, but this is really weird. Like, can you prove any of this? Like, you're Claire's apparently. Like, where have you been?
Apparently. That's a good pun.
I don't need to prove anything to you, okay?
Listen, we've been taking care of allegedly your daughter for a long time now, so I think you have a lot to prove.
We're bad at it.
He doesn't need to know that.
He's not going to engage with Micah at this point. Sorry.
Seriously? Whatever. Playing nice. I'm nice.
You just walk away muttering, I'm nice. I
Walk
love
away
that.
muttering,
I love that. I love that so much.
Is there anything else that Nona you want to say to Claire right now?
I think the biggest thing is just like, I don't know if she has these feelings of like abandonment. So the idea being like, we're not just going to like give you to this random person and leave.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think Claire is very much is aware of that. And I think Claire then comes back with Nona, I assume.
Yeah, I'm following. For sure.
Claire says, well, Marcus, it's nice to meet you. Would have been nice under other circumstances, but right now I think we have a job to do. I suppose we can catch up as we go along then.
At that, he's going to look at Cade and be like, oh, she's not coming.
And Cade looks back and says, and goes to Vaughn, and Vaughn looks to Micah and Nona and says, and Claire actually speaks up at that and says, no, I am. I appreciate your concern, but I think I can handle myself.
Mike is going to come up behind her, put a hand up on her shoulder.
Oh,
and
dagger eyes at you.
Yep. She's very capable.
At that, Marcus is going to just back against the wall, just stand there and wait. He's not going to say anything.
And Cade says, Marcus, how about you join me as we drop off the intel to Carter with the Ministry of Information. We need to make sure we keep an eye on things and keep them moving. Isn't that all right?
He's going to nod, but then he's going to like address Claire, walking to leave, but second guesses himself and turns around and says, do you have a compad or?
Yeah, I do. And she quickly jots down her number because it is not 5.
Yep.
That is Alex's number.
Yep.
And she's not going to give out that one.
Phone.
Yep.
We do have that
We
phone.
have that phone.
And she hands it to you and says, yeah, just when you message me, let me know it's coming from you.
Thank you.
All right. And then Cade and Marcus leave, which leaves Vaughn to turn to you, Micah, and say, okay, not what I was expecting. Are you guys going to be okay? As he kind of like looks to Nona and Claire as well.
Yeah, and I'm gonna check with Claire a little bit, see if she can like offer a nod of confirmation or anything like that.
Yeah, she's definitely come to a conclusion, and she's like, "No, I'm good. This won't be a problem. It's something to figure out."
Yeah, I'm gonna rub her back a little bit. Say, yeah, we're we can do this. Whatever this Marcus guy's deal is, it's not going to be a problem. We're going to get the mission done.
Okay. Shoot. Okay. So I was hoping to be able to split off a little bit where you guys head off with Marcus and Cade to obtain the passes while the rest of us, Freya, Kynon, Isis, Uri, myself, we scope out the area around the palace a little bit. I didn't want you guys to stick your heads out a little bit too much as you were clocked on coming in to Ostia. So trying to keep you a little bit on the down low. Was hoping that
would be a down low mission. Are you guys good to do that with Marcus? I've been talking with Cade for a while now. He was one of the first people to drop the Orchid dossier after it was given out to a bunch of media organizations. He's good. He's clean. He wants to make sure that the Chancellorship goes down as much as we do. Marcus, as far as I understand it, just has it out for the Children of Silence.
For mysterious reasons.
For mysterious reasons that I don't understand.
Shit, yes.
Makes sense in context.
They are not
Okay.
our enemies.
Yeah, no, I get that. And we're working toward the same thing. I'm sure we can figure it out, and we can do what we need to do.
Okay. And he'll actually also look at Claire, and she will nod and say, I'm good. We can do this. And then Vaughn will say, all right. Okay, I'm going to wait until they get back, but then the group of us have to head out. We'll probably have to come back around evening time. I think the drop Cade mentioned, was going to be sometime in the evening as well. Likely in the lower levels of Principa. Now, be careful. The Children of Silence primarily police the city, and right now they are focusing all of their might on the palace and the area around the palace. Organized crime has inflamed a little bit. So keep your head on a swivel. If things get tough, just look tough. Generally, that scares off, anyone looking to make a quick buck.
If that doesn't work, we will set them on fire.
And he looks over at you, Nona, is like, exactly right. All right?
All right.
Okay. And then we're going to switch perspectives over to Cade and Marcus as Cade goes to drop off this information, this file that he was, or set of files that he was just given by Vaughn. And he's going to lean over to you, Marcus, and say, all right, not what I was expecting. Are you okay? Is this what you reached out to me that first time about?
This is why I hate the Children of the Silence.
They've done
Sure.
some awful things.
They've done awful things to a lot of people. We'd be doing a lot of good getting rid of them.
Absolutely. Are you going to be able to look out for us?
You're paying me to do a job. That's what I'm here for.
All right. Kind of gives you like a smack on the shoulders.
No, that's the other group's thing.
No, it is
Get
just
your own thing.
It is an Orsimian tradition.
I thought that was a finger gun.
We can have more than
You
one.
have more than one tradition.
Yeah.
And you guys head off and meet quickly with Carter Greer. I'm going to quickly describe this as most of the other group is away, but he is a heavyset gentleman with what seems to be a perpetual sheen of sweat clinging to his forehead. He wears a tailored suit and polished demeanor, projecting an air of authority. Yet there's a practiced smoothness in every move that he makes that suggests a man accustomed to navigating shadowy transactions.
His eyes, though seemingly attentive, hold a certain detachment, as if calculating the value of every conversation. Just a sleazy asshole.
I love that.
And
Good for him.
Living his best life.
I'm
he takes
imagining
out,
Saul from Saul Goodman.
to some extent, a little heavier set than
Okay.
Saul. And he takes out like a handkerchief and starts to like dab his forehead.
Aw.
Like, oh, yes.
You could have made this man anything, Jeff, and you chose to make him sweaty.
He dabs his forehead again.
Right, you have the files then.
Marcus is just standing in the back because Cade is handling everything, and he's just like
And
oh
Cade
boy.
hands over the file and says, yes, if we need press badges for all of the files on there, their names are included as well as their headshots. Probably do them from multiple different organizations. And yeah, we should be good. And you also see that he hands over a cred stick along with this. There's the first half of your payment for doing this. And Carter takes another dab at his forehead and says, yes, of course. Well, I can certainly have that done for you by, let's see, this evening then. We'll meet in the Dark Rock district and down below. We need to make sure we don't have any silence operatives taking a look into us. You see, Cade goes, yes, of course. Excellent. We'll meet you there. And so you'll give me the coordinates when the time comes. Yes, of course. As he kind of like waves the handkerchief to kind of say like we're done with this, as he dots it on his forehead once more.
Oh boy. We love a character
who's only around for like 2 scenes.
And that's what you think.
He's about to become the big bad. Anyways, you, Marcus, and Cade eventually return back. It's been probably close to like 30 minutes to an hour at this point, and Cade returns to the group and says, all right, handed off the files. They should have the press badges by this evening. And so, yes, I suppose we'll be taking some of you all along with us to make sure this transaction goes smoothly. And Vaughn says, yes, those 3 over there, Micah, Nona, and Claire will be joining you. I have to take the rest of them to take a look at the area where the coronation is going to take place, scope some things out. So they'll take good care of you. They are some of our best. And Cade kind of like looks over at Marcus at this and says, yes, of course. And Vaughn will kind of say his goodbyes along with the rest of the crew, just leaving the 3 of you guys as well as Cade and Claire in the room together. And so Cade will say, well, I suppose I should be doing a little bit of work on my next report to the Principa post. You all are all right if I do that?
Oh, geez.
So soon. I feel like we didn't really get a chance to talk.
Oh,
very
sure.
much.
We can talk. We can absolutely talk, as he is clearly a little nervous about the situation that's happening.
Packing his bag.
How are...
You blink and he's just gone. He's hiding behind a pillar.
How long have all of you been with the acolytes of the end?
Oh, so I was curious. So you work for the Principa Post. How's that? What do you do there?
Reporter, mostly breaking news stories. Yeah, been working there for about 20 years now. And
quite a career.
Yeah, been following a lot of the policy that the Chancellorship has been going on about. Written my fair of pieces about them and that whole ordeal. Yeah, it's just after that Orchid dossier came out, there had been some things that you hear or you see and you're like, oh, it's not everywhere. It's not everywhere. It's like that, right? The Orchid dossier really opened my eyes. I think a lot of others' eyes as well. So.
All right. Well, yeah, it's good to be working with you. I've been working on this same kind of thing for a couple of years now. And Vaughn's good people, never steered us wrong. So hope we can do some good work here.
Yeah, I think it's not going to be easy, and I'm under no illusion that it is not going to require some sacrifices. What we are doing, there's not really anything you can call a bloodless coup. And so I'm hoping that we can turn as many people over to our side as possible before action is taken.
Sure. Yeah. Do what we got to do.
Hopefully it's not more violence than needs to happen. You can see Cade he's definitely he's not having second thoughts, but it's like the weight, the gravity of the things that he is planning right now is coming down on him. Yeah.
Cool.
Anything else that is being said? Claire is looking at you a lot, Marcus, but is not saying anything.
Yep.
Yeah, she does that.
I don't think he's...
And not like staring, but kind of like glancing over and then glancing down at her feet and then, kind of looking over again. So it's not like staring daggers at you, but definitely you do catch her eyes a couple of times looking at you.
Yeah.
Every time you do connect eyes, she immediately looks away.
I think if we're just waiting for like the time of the drop, he's probably just going to be like fidgeting, when he was like very still before, is not able to do that anymore. He'd probably start fidgeting with the dagger that was behind him and like take it out of the sheath and mess with it, but then sees Claire and we'll put it back and we'll just fidget with the bracers that he has on.
So,
but not talking to anyone.
What do you do?
What does it look like I do?
I mean, you've got a knife.
Stab people?
Sometimes. I'm here to protect Cade and the rest of you.
All right.
Do you do that a lot? Stab people?
Sometimes when you're in a difficult situation, it's hard to get out without doing some things you'd rather not do.
Yeah, I know that.
We sit there in awkward silence.
Yeah.
He's not going to say anything else right now.
I think a little time passes. Claire might actually like go to the other side of the room and just to like try and peel off some of the awkwardness, pull out like a book or something and read it. The like the detective novel series.
Her
that she
idol
has
animation.
Yes.
And she's on like one page for like 20 minutes.
Exactly.
Dorian Gray is elsewhere. Wood carving.
Yeah, Micah doing yoga.
I just stand. My idol animation is super easy to animate because I do not move.
And you all are pretty deep below ground, but the electricity and the lights are set to maintain some kind of circadian rhythm with folks who live below the ground. So the lights that are just lighting the room grow a little bit fainter. They take out, some of those harsh blues and add in a little bit like those like red shifting some stuff.
Yes.
As you get the feeling that you're getting later into the evening. Eventually, a couple hours have passed, and then a couple more. And Cade gets a call on his comm pad, and you only hear one half of the conversation, but it is clear that pickup is ready. And as he hangs up, he says, "All right, meeting in that Black Rock district, as Carter said. We'll need to make sure that we move with purpose. We don't linger anywhere. Try not to make eye contact with any groups of thugs hanging around. Just move on through. Hopefully the fact that Marcus is here, as well as Micah, it might be best for you to openly wear your telekinetic armory.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Just so it's clear that we are not people to be messed with. There are a few gangs that have been making some headway here and there. Sharp Claws, Kodiak Kings, Brown Bear Brawlers.
The Sharp Claws are still around?
Oh, yes, the Sharp Claws, they across many different cities.
I thought they were in Breeze.
Branches, yes. The main gang, Mafia family, is here.
That's going to be a problem.
Side quest unlocked. We gotta do something about that.
There's I'm sorry?
We're not
on great terms with the Sharp Claws.
We're not like good friends.
I don't think many people are, unless they're in the Sharp Claws' pockets.
We burned Cyril Sharp Claws' house down.
And he takes a moment at that.
I think Marcus has also been like standing there, like he won't move, but his eyebrows will go up. He'll be like, "Oh shit!" Okay.
I'm unsettling.
I read that in the Breeze Globe. That was you all?
Yeah.
You single-handedly ended the Sharp Claws family in Breeze. They disbanded there.
Oh, stop with your flattery.
Yeah, so perhaps disguises of some sort might be in order.
Yeah. I don't know if they put up posters for us or anything, but if we're recognized, that might be an issue.
Okay. I think I have some things, and I don't have like fake noses or anything, but I have got like sunglasses and hats.
Yeah! Sunglasses! Yes, let's do it! Sunglasses
Also
underground
at
at night.
Yes.
It's dark, we're wearing sunglasses.
But you missed my Torque crew. That was the
What's the last one? Yeah.
the Glimmerstone Gremlins.
I mean,
They are psychotic. You do not want to get on the wrong side of the Glimmerstone Gremlins.
just
You do
checking.
not want to feed them after midnight either. They go on a sugar craze. It is not good.
All right.
What's their leader name?
Oh,
Is there any person affiliated with them?
I think it's Turnt.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So not the one from Jade.
That's right. I was just checking.
He was too much of a schmuck. But
Um,
I think that was Zip.
It was Zip.
yeah.
Yep.
Turnt.
Oh, okay.
Love it.
That one's fine then. We're okay. We're okay with them.
I have to write that one down now. And so you guys start heading towards this district that Kate had mentioned. And you are certainly heading down, like down inclines here and there, downstairs. There is one elevator that you all take as well, but it is down deeper and deeper into the depths of Principa itself. And you notice very much so that the tunnels change. They get tighter. They're a lot more windy here and there. You notice that some alleys here and there seem to be carved almost by hand rather than by large machinery. Definitely some cramped quarters, and you pass some unsavory types here and there. In fact, you do see some brown furred ursum here and there. Marcus, you would recognize these as the Kodiak Kings.
Mhm.
They have the like symbology of like a bear with its mouth open wide and a crown kind of sat on top of it. And they just kind of eye you all as you pass by, but nothing is overtly said or done. They just seem to be hanging out. And Kate's like, all right, just keep moving. We're almost there. A couple more minutes passed, and you find yourself in a poorly lit area of Principa. You actually turn down one of these hand-carved alleyways. Can't be more than 3 people across. And you see at the end of this alleyway is Carter Greer. He seems to be nervously looking around. He has a package that has been placed in front of him, and you notice that he has one bodyguard standing next to him, very similar in shape and size to Marcus, but openly wearing combat armor, overseeing things, definitely there for muscle. And Carter says, oh, yes, of course, you all made it all right, I see. And he is again patting his forehead with this handkerchief.
Can we get Claire to do a vibe check on this man?
Yeah, you whisper over, Claire, can you right now?
Yeah. Honestly, probably as we are walking up, if we see this individual, I'll just do the tap the side of my head and point at him.
Yeah, she's going to press for some information when she gets a saving throw on. He did not make it.
Good.
You all find
See a cop, you have to tell us.
She starts looking, and you can see that she's focusing a little bit. The flashes of metapsionic power surging behind her eyes, and she whispers, oh no. And when she says that, you hear a car in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
It pulls up right in front of the entryway that you all came in through, right behind you. And it is what appears to be a stretch limo, tinted
Oh,
black
God.
windows. And you see around the corner several ursum garbed in clothes that look oddly reminiscent. 3-piece suits, black.
No.
They come down on either side of the alleyway. Not too close to you all, but definitely preventing your retreat through there. In fact, as you all quickly look back, you see Carter Greer has made his way towards the door that was next to the side of him and the bodyguard have closed it behind him.
Okay.
Is there something that you would like to do in the meantime?
I'm wondering how big the opening to the door is.
It's a door.
Yeah. Would that be 3 meters by 3 meters?
It sure
Do
is.
it!
You're not getting out of here, Buster.
We're going out through that man's dead body.
Force construct.
Yes! Boxes.
Excellent. I'm going to make note of that.
Hold on. Let me write that down.
You were the chosen one, Carter Greer. I loved your stupid voice and your sweaty forehead.
I don't know what's happening right now. This is so strange. And he's sweating even more from the forehead.
Oh, you better sweat a little more.
Okay.
That's fantastic. It's even better than my hinges trick.
And
Just know, there's just a box there in the door.
A door opens up from the stretched limo, and a familiar Ursa male, dressed to the nines in a three-piece suit, steps out. The suit jacket is worn over his shoulders rather than pulling his arms through. You notice that there are new burn scars adorning his scarred face, particularly on the right side of his body. The half-framed, horn-rimmed glasses sit on his pitch-black, fur-faced, and an ornate cane is being held in his left hand. It is Cyril Sharpclaws, and he says,
Well. What do we have here?
Hi, we're the people who burned your house down.
I know.
and that is where we're going to end today's episode.
Let him have his sword.
Gotta steal his
I needed my moment. Took my moment. I'm just going to shoot you now. Is that okay?
Do you want to retake
No,
that?
I love it.
I wanted to take that away
so
from him.
much.
I don't like that he has nice things.
You don't give him nice things.
Do not.
That's why he wants to kill
That's
you.
right.
and we'll be taking that limo.
Oh no, don't take the limo.
No, how did we
I
get
told
it
you
down?
I drive things.
That's so good. You do that.